right, boys. Let's rock and roll.
A game? Really? A game. Thank you, Alex. That is... I just realized Chill Hop isn't on. Just that came in right at the transition. Hello, everybody. Good evening. It is Monday. It's a holiday, right? Where's my Chill Hop? I think I have that ducking a bit too much. Yeah, that looks like it's ducking a bit too much. Or it's just a really quiet song. Oh, I feel like I should like do my intro. You know, welcome to the Curtailed Stream. I'm Fox. Y'all are awesome. But I feel like everybody knows me at this point, right? Oh, I don't my chat up. I guess I could check to see if there's any lurkers. I don't know. Or are you bots? Hard to tell. I didn't check the bot list before I got down here today. I almost called off streaming tonight because I was like, I need to go put Mandy's bed frame together, that sort of stuff. But I was like, nah, we'll give it a shot. You know? Is it just my earbuds? I have this ringing in my right ear, and I'm like, oh, God. What's up, Doc Wooly? Oh, no, that's just my mixer. It's out of balance. Y'all wouldn't have heard that, fortunately. Yeah, I was looking at doing, like, Ready or Not, but then I was looking at first-person games. I don't really like playing first-person games with other people, so I was going to hold off on that one because, you know, at least for the first 2 hours of our stream, I like to actually interact with chat. Once you start playing a first-person game, I'm really hyper-focused. I know some streamers that have no problem doing, first-person games and being able to watch chat at the same time. I'm like, I can barely, like, pick out the bad guys on my screen anymore. I can still react, like, snap to pretty quick, but it's like I can't see the guys anymore. Counter-Strike, I would just hear them most of the time, I think. How's everybody doing? I'm going to add, I was telling Mandy, I'm going to add a channel just called What's Good into our Discord, so it's just good news, as opposed to literally the reason I don't watch the news anymore, because none of it's good, because that doesn't sensationalize or outrage people. And I'm like, I just want accomplishments. Like, more for, like, I don't care if anybody else says a whole lot about it. It's just like, I look at it as a checklist of, I did this went right for once. And just to, I don't know if people in Hooley's line of work have said that's a good thing and you need to do it more. It wires up your brain to operate off that more. So presumably you wind up like Blue, who seems to be, Blue and I are just like two different sides of a coin. He just spouts eternal positivity. And I'm old, so I don't. It's just reaching back for an older game you like. Yeah, I probably don't like it anymore. Yeah, positive feedback loops. Good news, it rained. It rained here a bit. Mandy, how did you feel about the rain? I don't think Mandy dislikes the rain as much as she dislikes lightning and tornadoes. Mandy spent some time growing up in Oklahoma. But yeah, it was nice outside. Actually, like it was a decent temperature. The rain itself was warm. That was nice. Bad news, it rained. Rain don't need to build a shed? Wait, what? Yeah, I'm getting up some cleaning done. I have to go, after this, I have to go do the dishes because most of everything in the sink is largely for me making more fat bombs because I'm on keto, and coffee mugs that I didn't actually wash because instead of waking up, downing the coffee, and then going and washing the cup and refilling the coffee maker, I was waking up, downing the coffee, having it not really kick in much, and then going to have to stream and completely forgetting about it. It's still Memorial Day weekend, so for those of you, which, except for Alex, I think is everybody in the United States, apart from a couple of lurkers that I see out there. Hey, lurkers, don't know where you're from. Welcome. Glad you can make it. What did everybody get done? I was basically not awake at all yesterday. which, you know, either my body needed or it didn't. I'm not sure, but I was planning on putting Manny's bed together yesterday. But yeah, I started playing Ready or Not on Saturday with Blue, and then suddenly it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, the hell? Oh shit. All I did was drink all night long. My stomach was not happy with me. Then I went upstairs and realized I don't have any fat bombs, which work really well for a stomach that has had nothing but caffeine and alcohol on it for 12 hours or so. So at one point, Mandy was like, did I just see you drinking ranch? And I was like, I don't have any fat bombs. I need some fat on my stomach that is easy to digest. So I was just like, I took a shot of ranch dressing. You heard it here. Mandy's like, because she only saw me like in passing. She was like, it was one of those analog horror things where I just thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Pretty sure it was you, but you were drinking ranch dressing, and that could not have fucking been a thing that happened. Keto diet, y'all. I was desperate. I'm like, I don't want anything that I actually have to digest. Just a liquid that is fat. It'll give me energy and won't make me sick. He was drinking ranch dressing. It was weird. Alex, what? How does that work? Are you Storm? Are you an X-Man? X-woman? An X-person? How do you use storms as a warning for uppity kids? I just realized how much of those... I don't like carbonation, so I'll pop the top of the Monster before I put it in the fridge. And I just realized how much of it evaporates when I do that. Because a full one will almost fill this mug, and the mug is currently like half full. And originally I was using it, I think that might have been where I messed up. Originally, I would fill this all up with a brand new can of Monster because they were just sitting down here and I was popping the top. And then whatever was left over, I would fill with vodka. By grabbing the ones that have already been evaporated from, I lost my gauge and I may have had too much alcohol. Let's be real, I probably had too much alcohol. I should be doing at least marbles on stream while we're sitting here doing this. Holy, have you been here for marbles on stream? I don't even know where that is in here. I guess I could just type... Oh, it literally like snapped right to my mouse. That's impressive. I once told a kid if he didn't behave, I was going to give him a copper pipe and send him out into the storm and told him to hold it above his head. That would terrify Mandy. Or the ducks. Oh yeah, we haven't done ducks. What was that one? Duck. Placid plastic. Wait, was it always placid? I thought it was just Duck Simulator. This shows just how much I have actually looked at this. Yeah, I can put this on in the background while we're chatting. Good call, Blue. There's what? How do you... How? I have an option. I don't know what the difference of these are. So many ducks. Oh, that's just... These are DLCs I've enabled. Okay. I don't know what this does. A stupid name. Why can't I change my room name? Well, fine then. I guess I'm on the 7th fucking floor. Connecting to what? How can this game be multiplayer? Do I have to click these? Oh. Oh. He's me. I'm a basic bitch duck, apparently. Okay, I didn't know multiplayer was a thing. Was that new? Manny would be terrified of not behaving in the first place, let alone being threatened with potential electrocution. Especially by nature. Like, she'd be less fearful of having to stick a fork in a light socket or an electrical outlet. She would just... She wouldn't need the lightning option. It's almost a little too loud. Can we move away from the... Nope. I can just whack. I'm gonna guess it. No, we still get new ones. I can see the duck bar filling up. Icon filling up. It's not really a bar. Bar's over... Where is the bar? can't have a pool like this without a bar. Fox the duck. Fox the fuck. I suspect this will get me to stream a little longer. I probably shouldn't be doing this, given Saturday, but we'll do it by timing now. I should just have a shot glass here. I think I do. It's too much effort. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. I can't remember how many seconds of a pour it's supposed to be, but this has got a limiter on it, so. And he says, I lived in Tornado Alley when I was very little, and my grandparents' house burned down from a lightning strike. Many made me learn to fear storm. No duck. They actually, like, name them after people. I wish it was just automatic. But I guess it gives you something to do. Yeah, I was trying to explain to Manny, I'm like, we're under a patio sort of thing in the front when I was just enjoying the wind. And I had the cars parked out front, two of them, the cruiser and the box, so that they were disrupting the corner of our house, and we're like right here in the corner where we were standing. And normally that forms like, I get a bunch of debris right up against the garage door because all the wind kicks through that area. And I've noticed that the cars being directly up front, parked side by side, which it's not a convenient way to park them, but it acts as a windbreak, so it doesn't little whirlwinds there. The wind wasn't as bad during the storm. I mean, it was still a pretty windy storm, all things considered. We had to stay right back against the door because it was blowing the rain over there. Fortunately, the rain wasn't cold, though, because it was so warm outside. Manny still had to change her socks. Hey, Robin. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, we got this up now. This doesn't actually... This prevents me from looking at... Like I said, if I moved my Steam library over there, I could be looking at it, but I suspect the audio will cut out if I do that. The audio will really cut out if I pull my microphone wire out. I was in a car that was struck by lightning. It flew off of the handles and flattened all the tires. I was fine. I wasn't touching the frame at the time. I've never heard of anybody inside of a car that has actually been hurt when it was struck by lightning. It will absolutely flatten the tires. Because that's where it's trying to get down to the ground. But generally that's enough insulation, though, to... I guess it was a strong enough hit that it went straight through the tires. Yeah, it's like working on power lines when flying in a helicopter. The electricity is not interested in you. It just wants to go to the ground. Wait a minute. Is that not the same duck? It's not the same duck. That's a dirty duck. You're in a pool. Bro, you gotta take a shower before you get in the pool. Everybody knows that. At least rinse off. It's like a mechanic duck. What is that? Seriously. I guess that makes it a squeaky. Are you a pool toy? Why is there a little ball in the pool down here? Can I see that? No. Alright. Can I turn down the music? Yeah, music volume a little too loud for me. Thank you. Window. Is it like windowed mode? Oh. Yeah, no, let's not do that. What the fuck? Is this duck peeing in the pool? Is this peeing in the pool with duck? No. It was a duck. It was a disguised duck. Now it's a mallard. It's actually a platypus. It's Perry in disguise. Why is it zoomed in on him so much? I didn't do that. Okay. Bye, Perry. We'll see you back up in the top pool. You did not spend a whole lot of time down here. You just peed in the pool and then got out of it. Especially rude. Yeah, there was a massive, I mean, over 100-foot tall tree that was in the backyard where I grew up. It was actually, technically, we were basically on a corner. So the land behind us was like county property, and the big tree was back there. And apparently I was too young to remember it being struck, but, you know, I got struck by lightning and remained standing. And it was just there the entire time I grew up until we moved away. And it was just the big dead tree back there. But I've personally never seen lightning strike anything anywhere near enough to me to, like, have it be impressive or have a story about it. He is the perfect escape plan and it works. He switched into Clark Kent and dove into the other pool. I like how he's like, I've never really watched lightning turn the sky purple before like that, because you're generally hiding from it, most likely. I assume the purple of the sky was, you know, like lightning is whitish blue, because I think it's because it's mostly like plasma, and that's just the color it generally is. I assume the purple were literally the blue reflections off of really dark clouds further away, and that made everything purple. Wish I could switch into AF code. Just AFK code? Yeah. Cinematic mode. Who are you? You are fabric duck. No. You are rock duck. It's very odd. Are you pumice duck? Is that why you're floating? Maybe. This game is largely just a test of... No, this is Unity, isn't it? This is just a texture test. I was about to say, it just seems like every texture that is in Unreal Engine, but I'm pretty sure this is Unity. And they just give different ducks with different textures. That's my point. Progress. I watch some of the storm instead of hiding from all of it. As long as you don't get a little too interested. Mandy's getting over her fears by just concentrating on them. And now I'm like, I think you may have concentrated on spiders a little too much. Stop. She like watches videos about them. The guy that goes, "These are the spiders in your house," whose name I can't remember, but if you look up spiders on YouTube, or learning about spiders on YouTube, I'm sure you will find them very quickly. Oh yeah, they just bank shot right over here. We don't spend a lot of time down there. Schloomp. Okay, I really didn't want it to be that zoomed in. Thank you. Pink. Up. New duck. Just in time. This is... white duck. What is... Oh, it's a rain cloud. I get it. Haha. The scary thing about the tree getting hit was my dad had just walked away from the scene moments before the lightning strike. Don't know what would have happened if he was still out there. Yeah, I don't think there's any real way to say. I imagine most of the electricity, because it's just trying to get to the negatively charged ground, but if you have any of those negative trailers that come up beforehand, it can use it as a route. Let's see if they go right up the chute when they come down. One duck has managed to stay in the waiting pond. Yeah, I don't think they're going to bounce right out. Stop zooming in. If I just point up, it won't do it as much. Yeah, wooden shrapnel would have been not great. I mean, generally most people are not fond of shrapnel. At least not impacting them at any speeds. Oh. I think there's an impulse that shoves them back up the tube. Because otherwise they'd probably just get collected over here. Kind of like marbles on stream. so they don't get stuck in a single location. There's just an impulse that does it. Oh, there we go. There's my cinematic mode. It's kind of wigging out because this isn't a great angle for them. Manny, what was the name of that hamster farmer? Yeah, it was a hamster farmer. It's going to go into the diorama. Was it Patches or Patrick? I got to write this stuff down. I got to get a wiki for Solus. No duck. Are you serious? Patrick? I guess that's fine. Like, we don't need any actual norms for this sort of stuff. Apparently she did. No duck. Do I lose audio if I do this? No. I could look at my Steam library on the other screen to find out what we might want to play tonight. That's a duck with a band-aid. That is literally the only difference. Polka duck. Secret agent duck. Unless he changes colors again, which I guess really wouldn't change whether or not he's secret agent duck. And duck. Oh, I didn't know that part. Same as the name of one of my hamsters growing up. Thought it was a good pun for a patchy black and white hamster. Fair enough. Yeah, what about everybody else? You guys have a pretty uneventful Memorial Day weekend? Try to relax? Maybe actually succeed in relaxing? I just noticed there's a big-ass, like, submarine-style door on the building up there. What the fuck? It's got a friggin' valve to turn to lock it. Want to go up there now? That is like bunker-style door shit. And this is not a bunker. And given where the camera angles are supposed to be, I doubt there's actually anything back there because you would normally not see back there. No, I need to watch The Gangster Lean. Blue was telling me about just one of the absolute mad lads from World War II because there was just so much shit. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on in World War II, but absolute mad lads of World War II doing shit like the USS Texas. And this is a World War II history story that I had not heard, was that it couldn't get close enough to the beaches on D-Day to hit effectively. So to give them a little bit more room, they filled the ballasts on one side and turned the guns that way, so they technically, the entire battleship just leaned in that direction, and that technically moved the guns a little bit closer to score hits a little bit closer. I actually looked for it, and I was like, where the hell was it? I didn't realize it was in our DMs. I'm like, God damn it, Fox. I didn't see that until I DM'd you today, and I'm like, oh, that's where that fucking video went. I should have just pulled it up on the TV. But we just swapped out Mandy's TV for an itty bitty one that we had. And I was like, I don't know if I want a TV up here. I should have just pulled it up on my damn phone. But like I said, mostly unconscious since playing Ready or Not for a really long time on Saturday. So I will excuse myself. Is that a test duck dummy? Test dummy duck? No, that is a milk duck. Missing. Derp duck. Name redacted. Date missing 1708 2022 from Duck's Build. Eyes blue. Height unknown. Weight unknown. What happens if you email the duck that is missing at gmail.com? He's milk duck. Yeah, I did. Except when we were done, I went to bed. That's not true. I stayed up. I did stay up a little bit longer trying to get these things done. I promise you, Blue, I will watch it. Frankly, your accounting of it was pretty great in and of itself. I can watch the video, but the story is the real part. We'll do a group Discord watching of it on the server, Blue. I would do it on stream, but I'm not a fan of when streamers go on Twitch and just show somebody else's stuff and they're acting like... I don't like react videos, especially when they're not reacting. Especially when they're not even on camera and they're just playing, I don't know, JFK conspiracy things. Let's monetize somebody else's work. That's fun. I keep trying to spin the camera. I'm like, but I can get the cinematic mode if I don't do that. I just stop touching things, Fox. There's no get sitting here wondering, like, from a geometrical standpoint, if you rotate like, say the gun is pointed here and you rotate it down, it still has to point up more. So, because it has moved, like, on a radius, is it actually... It's actually closer, but have you gotten any additional range? Because now you have to aim up a little bit more. And I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I don't know enough about naval guns to be able to say yes or no. ORP. Fuel run? ORP isn't... Is that naval? That's not a naval prefix I'm familiar with. Oh. Is that the one that engaged the Bismarck? Or started to engage the Bismarck? Yeah, that's a good story. I'm not ruining that one. That one. I have a bone to pick with the Bismarck. I didn't know until recently that the prefixes of KMS, for Kriegsmarine, and IJN, for Imperial Japanese Navy, were given to them by, I think, historians, technically. It's just kind of agreed by the rest of the world that that's the prefixes that those ships are going to use. When they didn't use prefixes on their ships. They just named their ships that. Whatever the name of the ship was. And it didn't use a prefix. I was like, huh. But their prefixes even started with, like, if you see SS anything, it actually means steamer ship. It was just a designation that was given to say that this ship doesn't use sails. And then it moved from that, and there's really no rules on it. So you get some really wonky names and prefixes for ships. Some of them just being, like, not honorary, but prestigious. Others being kind of a... Like, if you get a tugboat near you, and you have four propellers back there, 4 turbines chopping up the water, sort of an indication, quad turbine or something, like, just FYI. More of a courtesy to other people, especially much smaller boats, that be careful when you're at the back end of this thing, because it's not like 1 or 2 or a triple spiral. It's got 4 chopped back here, and it could cause some problems for your ship if you're back there. Who? You know what? No. I just realized instead of Blue, don't look up, or for anybody else, don't look up ORP Hero Run. Look up, is it Anime Anarchy or Anime Anarchy or something like that? He's an Aussie YouTuber who I blame for getting me to Azure Lane because he showed like clips of it. I'm like, wow, this looks like a really badass anime. And it was not something that I couldn't get through like the first episode of it. Then I looked at the game because I was like, this looks like an absolute train wreck. And now I'm just kind of a first responder that lives there. But he does really good descriptions of stuff like that. And I think it was syncing of the Bismarck. If you do a look for it and you see anime girls on his older stuff, especially Bismarck related, you're in the right place. Don't worry, it's just like tie-ins to it. It's mostly military history. And I think he has now moved more towards purely military history, getting away from the cringe. But yeah, he does a really good job of just giving well-told stories of mad lads in World War II history. Not a great time to be alive, but you make the most of it. And some of the stuff... Oh, we have Stone Duck. Just immediately came in and sank. A lot of things are said about the Bismarck. For those who don't know, the Bismarck was a very large German battleship. Which really... if you wanted to piss off the British in World War II, it was make a bigger battleship than they had. And that is all it would take. Because Island Nation, they were kind of... had been in charge of the seas for, I don't know, ever at that point. And then the Germans were like, we're going to make a bigger battleship. And that is all it fucking took. And I swear to God, they've directed all of their navy and half of their air power towards sinking that one ship. But what frequently gets overlooked is that little destroyer. Because it didn't play a major part, but the part it played was fucking... The part it played was best told by that YouTube video. That's the best telling I've heard of it. And it regularly does not get enough story told of it. To fully appreciate it, you also have to understand the history between Poland and Germany in World War II. Yeah, I had not hold... understandably, I had not heard of the naval prefix for Poland. I don't know that they had a lot of ships in World War II. Is the R Royal? I don't know enough Polish. Yeah, KMS was Kriegsmarine Service. I told you what Japan was. HMS is, obviously everybody knows HMS is his or her Majesty's Service. Which recently changed from her to his. USS is pretty basic United States ship. Everybody's got their own. The hell's... I think Italy is just Royal Navy. Or it's like Regents... No, whatever. Italian for Royal Navy, essentially. I'm sure this is all absolutely tantalizing information about World War II naval history. You guys are just absolutely loving this. Right, Mandy? Mandy's fallen asleep. She has not been here since Milk Carton Duck. What happened to my camera? Did I bump the mouse? I reached in for my glass. My mug. Absolutely riveting. All of the rivets done to the armor of the and the torpedo bulge. Duck Sun. Well, tell you what. If you all would like to see me play a different game, Sky here. no. If you all would like to see me play a different game that isn't Dark Souls related, let me know, especially if it's in my library. I was about to say, give it a second. Alex will copy and paste what it means, and I will immediately forget it after that. I might not immediately permit Worship of the Republic of Poland. Okay. They're not royal, but republic. That's one of those ones. Who was I just talking to? It was somebody over in Catvolt's chat discussing like the languages and how you're going to learn another language, and trying to explain that, yeah, in America you are only immersed generally in one, maybe two languages, and otherwise, you know, you're just learning English because that's what you have. You can try to, like, you have to go through, and generally in the public education system, be taught at least one other language, but you don't immerse yourself in it. If you don't live a language, you will not retain that language. And that's same sort of situation there. I'm probably going to forget that because it's not going to come up again. There were not a lot of Polish ships discussed, I don't know, anywhere. Hell, if you tried to ask me if you had asked me if Poland is landlocked or not, I don't know that I'd be able to give you a good answer. The fact that they have a naval ship would suggest that, no, they have at least some border to some waterway that will go out into the oceans. But off the top of my head, I would say, no, I wouldn't think so. It's got to go up like along. If it has one, it's probably like between Sweden and Finland. But it would be a roundabout way of doing it. Sort of like where they hid. What was the sister ship? Tirpitz. They hid Tirpitz. So it'd be up in one of those waterways, I imagine. Baltic access to the north of the country? Oh, I'm thinking. No. Okay, now I have to. Oh, shit. I have to give myself a geography lesson again. Where's the Baltic Sea? Oh, okay, so yeah, about what I was saying. Oh, yeah, they get plenty of room up there. I don't know why I was thinking. Oh, I was thinking Black Sea, not Baltic.
So months later, they start washing up on the coast of Alaska, turning this toy spell into an accidental experiment.
Hey, Clockwork, welcome.
Real-time data about the currents in the North Pacific.
Why am I not allowed to tab anymore? I'm locked. You know what? That's fine. Except for the being next to the hamster, the chipmunk, the helium voice announcer over here. Hello to lurkers who have joined recently. Yes, I see you. How are you doing? Feel free to chill out and not answer me. I'm used to being ignored. Where's my vodka? Seriously, why can't I switch between... I have broken this. Controls. Press Y to stop duck. I don't want to press Y. I want to look around. I want to move. Duck, hotspot, duck sound. Emoji. Ooh. Oh, knife duck. You can only do that so often. I have ladybug duck. I cannot change the camera, though. What have I done, chat? Somebody's going to have to come up with a different game to play. Oh. Apparently E bounces you around. There you go. So what's with the ducks? That's a good question, Clockwork. Hey, Rizuno, welcome back. Honestly, I was trying to decide which game to play, and I was kind of feeling ready or not because I played a lot of it on Saturday, and my brain seems to just go hyper-focused on one game until I burn myself out on it, and then I don't want to play it anymore, which is kind of what I did with Helldivers. But I don't like playing first-person games by myself. It just seems like a waste. It seems like it's a better experience to have with other people. So we were trying to come up with a game, and I was like, I guess we could do marbles on stream until we get that, another game picked out. Blue was like, we'd always do the Duck Simulator. And I was like, oh yeah, I haven't done that in a while. So if you're not familiar with Duck Simulator, this is Duck Simulator. Specifically, Plastic Duck Simulator. I don't know if it was Placid before. Apparently it's multiplayer. I guess I should have made it a public multiplayer. Alex says, I like that the radio mentions about the 28,000 bath toys being accidentally dumped overboard and became an unintentional science experiment with the ocean currents. Was that a thing that actually happened? Duck. Needs a goose. It's a flamingo. You're so picky. But yeah, we should... I figure we'll get this a little bit longer. We can always go to Marbles on a stream. It says, so what's the object? The objective of this game? I don't think there is an objective. I think it's to relax. I mean, we've got 14 people. If you want, I can switch over to Marbles, and then we could watch Marbles go down on stream. But this is kind of... Honestly, I view this as a slightly interactive screensaver that can be on in the background while we bullshit about different things. For those of you who've joined recently, what good things happened to you over the Memorial Day weekend? Because I don't remember where Rizuno is. I think everybody else is in America. Team's having an open world survival crafting fest for those interested. Oh, so every game that was released in the last 3 years that all operate exactly the same. Open world survival crafting game. Just every single checkbox of any suit running a production, being a publisher of any development studio producing video games in the last 3 goddamn years, if not further back. It has to be open world. It has to have survival. It has to have a crafting bench, whether it's, relevant or not. And then it has to have the ability to turn off survival mode for people who don't want to have to eat or drink. Or instead, they'll... Oh, what the hell did Fallout 76 just do? I don't know if it was just... I haven't really been following that. It used to be you had to eat or drink, and now I think it's just you can completely ignore eating and drinking, and it gives you a buff instead, which isn't a terrible idea, but it is funny that it's just like... Nah, people didn't want the survival aspect. Just make it a buff. A lot of games have done that with eating and drinking. Whoever says, "Oh, I'm good at things." You kind of got to think about it, don't you? I'm always so focused on the trying to fix the negative that I really the wiring in my brain to be able to appreciate the good. It ain't easy. What just happened? Did something sink beneath the waves? Knocker says, I got one of the raised beds cleaned out and topped... Oh. What happened to this bed that it needed cleaned out? Raised, I'm guessing, flower beds or vegetable garden beds cleaned out and topped off with fresh soil. Otherwise, you have very strange sleeping habits, and I'm not sure that I want to know more about this. Oh. I should not have picked that duck. My duck has shown... Where the fuck did the water go? The water was always there. There are 4 lights. Dad's been planting the herb garden up front. That's really it for me, other than replaying Summer in Mara. Blue's been talking about fixing up a car, and now I suddenly want to play my summer car. Maybe we should do that. I've never done that. It looked jank as fuck, but on the other hand, it also looks fun. I'm going to put beets, onions, and leeks. Maybe garlic if there's still room. It says, I came home $2.25 ahead of the weekly poker game at my cousin. Congratulations. Connor, an old friend of mine, Connor, in every sense of the word, has, you'll see him occasionally in here, but he's done poker stuff and apparently does very well at it. I don't know why he doesn't do it more often. Oh, wow. Luke says Fallout 76 changed the food and water stuff because it became the game's economy for like 3 years and caps were obsolete. I mean, the irony is, if they moved away from that, the irony is that's a barter system. And in an apocalypse, I would expect a barter system as opposed to any form of currency. Let's be realistic. What are you going to trade in? You're going to trade in salted meats, aged cheese, salt especially, or remember what I said about the salted meats, to be able to eat. And in a wasteland, purified water, that would be the currency. That would be better than gold. Anything it's worth its weight in gold or better would make more sense. I know they wanted it for lore purposes, but bottle caps are fucking stupid. Terra Mars is basically a chill little game where you pilot your little boat from island to island doing quests and stuff. Crafting, planting, but more plot-based than things like Stardew. It's part of a series of games set in the same